Luti. We are explanation and presentation about evaluation for young learners. Okay, before it, I will introduction our member. The first is I'm Afriani Santi. Second is Ahmad Zaini. Third is Nida Hasana Putri. Fourth is Dia Naila Salsabila. And the last is Tommy Prabowo. Okay guys, before it, I will give you what kind of games for assess student young learners. Okay, the first is picture talk. This is one student describe an image on a card without saying what the image is, and the rest of the class must draw the image without talking. For example, I describe with a card depiction an image of a house, make instruction to copy to draw a square with a triangle on top. After playing a few rounds, this is way play grab tag, picture tag in grab tag. The game the copiers use a grab paper. Now describe can use language round X and Y. X is for more complex image. After playing a few more rounds, an introduction more mathematical vocabulary that deals with shape and grabbing. Okay, she gave them a design challenge to incorporate some kind of contract such as trending, skipping, or adding, and produce a new version of the game to play with each other. Okay, the modding is fun and allows students to step into the genre rules, but it also allows them to show their content archaeology. Okay, the second game is Fossil Flux. They collect, buy, and trade fossils from various geological strata in order to assemble an evolutionary tree based on observed similarity between specimens. When students finish the game, we ask them to write a strategy guide for new students and how to play. They review accept a game strategy guide to understand format, and then work in term to draft and publish their own guides. The activity not only supports student writing and collaboration skill, but also require familiarity with the game content, and we can then use the guide to assess their understanding of content knowledge. And the last is a game Civil War Law. In this tale-laying game, players create causal maps and identify possible feedback loops using cards that contain linked to content from the time period of the Civil War, such as slavery, states' right, and agricultural production. Students earn points by making connection and winning arguments. After several rounds of gameplay, Jamie hands out an exit ticket which gives each student an incomplete game scenario. Students are told that they have a certain set of cards in their hands and must decide which card they would play if they were the next player to make turn. They identify a card for why they would play it. This allows Jamis to quickly assess what students learn during the game, and it allows students the opportunity to reflect on their learning. The next day, we can share some of the different answers and students come up with, and the student can engage in a discussion around gameplay strategy before they play game. Okay guys, the next explanation will be Nida Hasana Putri.
A. Evaluation for young learner overview and tasks. A. Overview. English is taught to learners at an ever earlier stage of their education. Parents often attach a great deal of importance to how well the children are progressing in English. This situation presents teachers with a challenge of having to assess young learners. Education professionals make distinction between assessment, evaluation, and testing. However, testing is one of the part of assessment, and assessment and testing are the part of evaluation. B. Definition of task. A task as an instrument of evaluation is a systematic procedure of description, collection, and interpretation in order to measure the test taker achievement, ability, knowledge, and performance, what they have been learned in learning process, and to get a value judgment. The function of task. Testing has a role in education as an input to improve the quality of education that young learners receive. D. Types of tasks. Based on Wilmar Tinambuan in his book entitled Evaluation of Young Learners, there are 4 types of tasks. First, placement task. Placement task is a task to place a young learner into a particular level or section of the language curriculum or school. Second, formative task. Formative tasks can be used to determine what needs or topic have to be addressed next with the young learners. Third, diagnostic task. Diagnostic task is a task to diagnose specific aspect of language. This can be used for discovering difficulties. The teacher would know the needs of young learners that should have special focus. The last, summative task. Summative task is typically given to young learner after a specific point in instruction to measure their understanding of subject. The example is final exam. A form of task. First quiz, second exam, third multiple choice, fourth short answer, five finals or midterm. F. Suggestion for making a test for young learners. Here are some suggestions for the right test for young learners. First, making tasks relevant. Topic areas should be chosen which are relevant to young learners' life, such as school, food, and sport. Second, making tasks motivating. Provided that material is presented in a lively and attractive manner, then they are more likely to engage positively with a task and to perform to their best. Third, task-based testing is especially valuable since young learners are motivated by and tend to perform best on tasks which directly reflect their own experience of teaching or learning. Last, reducing task anxiety. Provided that tasks are relatively brief and narrowly focused, then task format can include frequent change of activity or task type. For example, the Cambridge YLA tasks were designed so that no one should fail, and everyone receives some credit for having taken part in the task.
Okay, I will continue my friend's explanation. And now it's time about assessment for young learners. Assessment is an ongoing process that encompasses a wide range of methodological techniques. How to assessing English for young learners? There are informal and formal assessment. Informal assessment can take numbers of forms such as incidental, on-plane comments, responses, coaching, and others. For example, saying nice job, good job, etc. Formal assessment is exercise or procedure specifically designed to knowing skills and knowledge of the student. There are formative and summative assessment. Formative assessment is activity where the teacher evaluates students in the process of forming their competencies and skill with goals. Summative assessment aim to measure or summarize what a student has grasped and typically occur at the end of the course or unit of instruction. In assessing young learners, we need to provide various ways of assessment. There are nonverbal responses. Children should be instructed and assessed largely through the use of physical performance, responses, and pictorial product. Oral interview. Using visual cues in oral interviews at the early stage of acquisition. Role play. This informal assessment technique combines oral performance and physical activity. Written narratives. Assessment of the written communicative abilities of children could be such as writing letter to friends, and etc. Presentation. Presentations are important for assessment because they can provide a comprehensive record of student abilities in both oral and written performance. Student-teacher conference, including structured interviews, can be an effective informal way of assessing a student's progress in a language learning. Self-assessment, auto-accurate judgment of student linguistic ability, weaknesses, and strengths, and also improvement. Dialogue journal have proven effective and enjoyable for students regardless of their level of proficiency. Peer and group assessment. The need to develop student ability to work cooperatively with others in groups. Student portfolios. The concept of the portfolio was borrowed from the field of fine art, where portfolios are used to display the best sample of an artist's work. Now it's time about evaluation for young learner. Evaluation is a process to obtain information about the development of each child from the implementation of learning, the learning process, and the learning outcomes between teachers and students. Now, how to evaluate young learners? Based on the Permendikbud assessment for early childhood are based on the level of achievement of children's developments, namely cognitive, religious moral values, physical motor skills, language, social emotional, and art. The things that need to be noted in daily evaluation are children who have not been able to carry out tasks with children who have been able to carry out tasks in a time that is faster than the allocated time. The children's habits behavior are not in accordance with what is expected or the competency standard set. important events that occur on that day, such as a child being able to write his own name for the first time. Now, there are several steps in assessing early childhood are formulating, establishing assessment, preparing assessment tools, establishing assessment criteria, collecting data, determine the values. Now, kind of evaluation for young learners. A. Giving a task. Assessing assignment is a way of assessing the task that student must do with a certain time, individually or groups. B. Observation is a way of collecting data to obtain information through direct observation of children's attitudes and behavior. C. Anecdotal records are a collection of records of important events about children's attitudes and behavior in certain situations. D. Performance assessment of work is carried out based on the duties of students in performing observable action. For example, play, sing, and exercise. E. Composition is done to get information about the knowledge or reasoning of the child to know something. Structured comprehension are carried out deliberately by the teacher by using a special time and using a simple event to the guideline. Unstructured composition is assessing the composition between the child and the teacher without being prepared in advance, which is carried out during recess or while working on assignment. The last one is portfolio. A portfolio is a systematic collection of duties and work. Okay, for the next explanation will be explained by my
Evaluating speaking. Brown and Abiwikrana suggest that there are 5 different categories of speaking performance assessment tasks: imitative, intensive, responsive, interactive, and extensive tasks. The first one, imitative. It is when the learner imitates a word or a phrase or possibly a sentence. It can be in the form of word and sentence repetition tasks. The second one, intensive. It is the production of short stretches of oral language. It can be in the form of directed response tasks or read aloud tasks, completion tasks, and oral questionnaires and picture cue tasks. The third one, responsive. It includes interaction and task comprehension, but at the limited level of very short conversations, standard greetings, small talk, simple requests, and comments. The fourth one, interactive. It involves longer and more complex interaction, which sometimes includes multiple participants. It can be in the form of interview, role play, discussions and conversations, and games. The fifth one, extensive. Extensive oral production tasks include speeches, oral presentations, and storytelling. Evaluating listening. Brown and Abiwikrana suggest that there are 4 different categories of listening performance tasks: intensive, responsive, selective, and extensive tasks. The first one, intensive. It is listening to perception of the language components, for example, recognizing phonological and morphological elements and paraphrase recognition. The second one, responsive. It is listening to a relatively short stretch of language, for example, appropriate response tasks and open-ended response tasks. The third one, selective. It aims to find certain information in the context of longer stretches of a spoken language, for example, listening close, information transfer, and sentence repetition. The fourth one, extensive. It is listening to develop a general understanding of oral language, for example, dictation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alright, my name is Dia and here I would like to continue Tommy's explanation. And here I'm going to explain about 2 sections. The first one is about evaluating writing skills in young learners, and the second one is evaluating reading skills in young learners. Alright, so the first one is evaluating writing skill in young learners. Before we know how to evaluate writing skill in young learners, we should know the types of writing performance in young learners. So basically there are 2 types of writing performance in young learners. The first one is imitative writing and the second one is intensive writing. So in imitative writing includes the ability to spell correctly and to perceive phoneme and grapheme correspondence in the English spelling system. It is a level at which learners are trying to master the mechanics of writing. So this is so basic. This is a basic level of writing skill in young learners. And the second one is intensive writing. Here, the students or the young learners are trying or able to produce the most appropriate or the most suitable vocabularies or idioms in their writing. And now we move to how to evaluate writing skills in young learners. The first one is how to evaluate imitative writing skill. To evaluate imitative writing skill, we can use some kinds of tasks, we can use some kinds of assessment, but here we give two examples. The first one is copying and the second one is writing numbers and abbreviation. In copying, the students can copy the letters or the words that are given by the teachers, and in writing numbers and abbreviation, the students can transfer the numbers or, for example, hours, dates, or many more into the words or the sentence. So it will be very helpful for them in interpreting the number to writing skills. So the next one is for evaluating intensive writing. We mentioned two examples of the way how to evaluate intensive writing in our paper. The first one is dictation and the second one is picture cue task. So in dictation, the students are asked to write what they hear so it can improve their listening skill and also writing skill. And the second one is picture cue task. There are several kinds of picture cue tasks. It could be students writing the description of the picture, or they can also write a short sentence for a picture. And for more advanced, the teacher can ask the students to make a story based on the series of pictures that are provided by the teacher. So the story has sequence one another. So it can improve their writing skill and they can choose the most suitable vocabulary. And we also mentioned about vocabulary assessment task in our paper because we think it's very suitable for young learners in this level, since the focus of this level or the focus of intensive writing skill is on students' vocabulary acquisition or on students' choice of the words, so it would be very suitable. And the next one is evaluating reading skills in young learners. So the first one is about the types of writing performance in young learners. There are three types. The first one is perceptive, second selective, and the last one is interactive. So the first one, perceptive reading tasks, involve attending to the components of discourse, such as letters, words, punctuations, and other graphemic symbols in reading tasks. The second one is selective. The typical tasks that are usually used are picture cue tasks, matching, true, false, or multiple choice. And the last one is interactive level, which include among interactive reading types are stretches of language of several paragraphs to one page or more, in which the reader must, in a psycholinguistic sense, interact with the text. So to assess reading skill, there are several ways. The first one is in perceptive reading. There are reading aloud, so the teacher asks the students to read the text loudly. And the second one is multiple choice, which is very basic for reading skill. So there are also several ways to evaluate selective reading. For example, matching tasks, which usually appear or frequently appear in reading tasks, that is matching the vocabulary with its definition. Or editing task, which is students find the errors and correct it based on the theory or the materials that are given by the teachers. And lastly, designing assessment tasks for interactive reading skills in young learners. So we can use closed tasks. Closed tasks are usually a minimum of 2 paragraphs in length in order to account for discourse expectancies. They can be constructed relatively easily as long as the specifications for choosing deletions and for scoring are clearly defined.